way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I call a sport. The fourth bar, brother, when I push the rock off the court. I got champion genetics. Champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the place. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the place. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Chargers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Throwing first play is Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Herbert on first down now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Chargers at 3-1 here through their first 4 games, and they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Herbert back to the air. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Throwing again on second down. Looking Austin Eckler's way again. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. Justin Herbert hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 30 on second down, Prescott. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down, Prescott. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Prescott to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. The 30, 10, 5, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. That was a great play for that defensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Now the ball comes loose and picked up by the Chargers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams from 19 yards away. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's going to air one out. Then he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taken right around the 44. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A 6-yard pickup.
Play action. It's Herbert. Williams brings it in. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day.
He's got him in, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Finding Knox there, complete.
It certainly feels like there are more stars in the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Hands it off out of the gun. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. On play action, Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game. They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Khalil Mack able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Running on 1st down, Eckler. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Von Miller in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. That's caught right side by Palmer. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. Here's Herbert. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's good. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Herbert going to keep it on his sneak, and I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they've been a little bit they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead,
and now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Back to the air. Herbert on 2nd down. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. And that will line up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half. Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl A 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And he stopped immediately there. Searching for yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Prescott. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Off the play fake, Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Teron Johnson able to pick it. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
They'll try the middle with Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 27, Prescott forced out to his left. And now here is another interception. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to get the football here at their own 23. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The defense was ready for the run-pass option. Diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's got it. It's Spiller. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that one complete downfield to Allen. He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 37 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bills will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 27, Prescott. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sebastian Joseph Day in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Prescott. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Cook will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive because you know they want to pitch this shot.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well because one mistake can turn into something.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. The Bills drive stalls out on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't have many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Herbert off of play action. Going deep here for Allen. They've got his man complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. Touchdown! Jared Everett, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On second down, Cook. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Defensively, with this lead in the fourth quarter, I guess you can allow a run of that magnitude.
You're right about that, but really the focus has got to be don't fall in love with the idea that you're getting big runs now. You're right. They're actually being allowed. They've got to think really hard about getting some chunk plays through the air, too.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Charger drive about to get going. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Tackled on the play by Kyer Elam. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Herbert. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
So this one's over. It's in the win column.
You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding the like we. Don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just laying you